Good morning. This is a Simplicity 4041. I swapped into this tractor, um, and I've been going around it doing maintenance. Some of the shorts that I put up have shown, things that I found on it, stuff like that. I just recently this morning I went over and changed all the fuel lines on it. Change a few, put a. I've recently put a new fuel pump on it, fuel filter, and it's going to have a tank. The tank's got pinholes in it, um, little things, but over it's got an exhaust leak, little things. The hydraulics work up and down. I changed the hydraulic oil, changed the oil in it, changed the filters, hydraulic filters. Um, Put a tube in one of the back tires. Tires are dry rotted, but they'll work. Um, it's got a PTO, front and rear PTO. It's got front hydraulic ports on it. It's got a rear cylinder on it. Just kind of a cool little tractor. They make a loader for this, and I'm actually in the market for a loader for this. I would like to have a loader for a small tractor. I have a big backhoe that's about 10,000 pounds. This is about 16 or 1,800 pounds, something like that. And if I could get a loader for it, I could haul it behind my smaller trucks without it being an issue and use it to move stuff around or bush hog or till or stuff like that. And that's what I'm looking to use this for, is little utility things that I don't want to haul a big backhoe around for. And even if I wouldn't mind having a small 3-point backhoe for this tractor. But I'll start it up here in a second. The audio doesn't translate very well. This is a phone I'm recording on, and the audio, it just picks up. It seems like it picks up the rattles and the knocks and stuff like that. And this motor, to my ear, doesn't have any knocks or rattles in it. The oil's clean, didn't have any metal in it, anything like that. There's a rattle in the universal joint for the hydraulic pump. So there is a rattle down there. Something's bumping that drive shaft. Felt like a bee just flew in my hoodie here. But it has some little sticky issues on it. The guy I got this from had bought it from somebody that had supposedly gone through the whole thing and redid it, rebuilt the motor and everything. And there were signs of that. There were signs that things had been redone on this tractor. It has been converted to an alternator system. From what I understand, these had some sort of stator and everything under the flywheel, I think. And this has a small alternator, like a 40 amp alternator in it. And it works really well. It also had new filters on. They were old filters, but they were new. The tires were new, but they were old. They've been setting. And so everything kind of tracked with what the guy said about this tractor. About him, he bought it for $2,500 from a guy, has the belly mower, and it had been worked on a lot by that person. But I went through and I found problems in the electrical. He went in this dash right here. He went in there and he clipped wires and bundled them and hooked them to different things. And so I'm working the electrical out, but things do work on it. I'm going to crank it up and show you. So you can see it runs just fine. That ticking is something down near the drive shaft of the hydraulic system. Something's rattling against something else. It's not actually in the drivetrain it's not in the motor. But I'll walk around here and show you what I've done on it. But I'm going to move it back and forth. I know that was unnecessary, but I was kind of just showing that it had down pressure on the rear 3-point hitch. A lot of these tractors don't have a lot of down pressure on the rear. I use that tractor to pick itself up so I could change the tire. That thing that you heard spinning down, that's that is the front pulley that goes to the belt. It's the PTO clutch for the deck or a hydraulic pump. And because I don't have it hooked to a belt, it doesn't have anything to keep it in place. So it just naturally picks up the momentum of the drive shaft. So this is the engine. It's an Onan, I want to say that's CCKB. CCKB. That's a 19.5 horsepower, I think. And somebody, I think, converted this. So this is just a lawnmower battery, but the ones that I've seen didn't have an alternator on them. And so this alternator here, it's got a new belt, new alternator, heavy duty bracket that you couldn't see because I had it out of frame. But whoever worked on it put NGK spark plugs in it. I put a Wix filter on it when I changed the oil, and I cleaned out the coils here. You can swing them up. And then I came in here because it had a lot of rust. I don't know if you can see that, but there's rust down in the bottom of that filter down in there. I went ahead, I didn't have the right size hose clamps. I need to get some more, but I went ahead and put a fuel filter, and the fuel pump was dead. So I got a Chinese fuel pump in here, and this is not the original carb. I think the guy replaced it with a Chinese carb, because when I went to adjust the screw for the for this set here, it just it just snapped straight off. So this is as far as I can tell, it's a clone of the carb. This is the where the choke attaches, and I've disconnected it because the choke cable was too short. And under here in the dash, where the ignition is, it was shorting out, crossing the connection to ground. The steering wheel was broke on it, so I bent this out of hydraulic line that I had in my shop. And let me walk around and show you. So this is actually, this is the stem that came out of the original steering wheel. It shattered to pieces. And this is just some hydraulic line off of my backhoe that when I replaced it had a pinhole in it. So I bent it around and did some very sad looking welding. And then I welded spokes on it and welded it to the thing. And look, I got a steering wheel, you know, it works. Steering wheels are like 50, 60 bucks. Some of them, I was bidding on one and it got up, it was a used one, got up to 30 bucks. And I was like, nah, I'm not getting that. So you see this, the bubbling in the tank, see right there, just showed that's fuel. It's because this tank's got pinholes in it. And so I'm going to either have to make a new tank or find a new tank. Also, the gauge was missing, so I went ahead and I needed something to waterproof it, so I took a screw and ran it through the hole for the gauge. And this is the bottom of a can of PB Blaster with a spring under it. And I just tack welded that on there to shed water to keep it from going in the tank. And that's probably the reason that this tank has so much rust on the inside, is because that gauge was missing and water just filled up the tank. But the exhaust leak that you hear is right here. But in any case, it's a cool old tractor. I like it. It's about the right size for me to use for little stuff. And having the hydraulic lift on the back and the PTO is very handy. My deck is over here, and the guy said that the deck was all locked up. Sorry, all jiggly here, but I've been spraying it with PB Blaster, and I've got it free. Even though he left it without the protective housing here, and it's been full of water for who knows how long, and dirt. I dug a bunch of dirt out of it. So I don't know if I'll ever use the deck, but I do have it. But in any case, that's the Simplicity tractor, and thanks for watching. If you have any questions, or if I can show you anything a little bit closer, let me know. Y'all have a good day.